Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistike. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 18, the battle between Lord Bor and the demon Hiranyaksha. Text number 12 onwards. Tvam padarathanam kilyutpadipo ghatasva no asvastadaya ashvanuhu sanstapya chasman pramrijashru swakanam yah swam pratigyam natipir te sabhyah. So Varahadev is further speaking to Hiranyaksha. You are supposed to be the commander of many foot soldiers, and now you may take prompt steps to overthrow us. Give up all your foolish talk and wipe out the cares of your kith and kin by slaying us. One may be proud, yet he does not deserve a seat in an assembly if he fails to fulfill his promised word. A demon may be a great soldier and commander of a large number of infantry, but in the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is powerless and is destined to die. The Lord therefore challenged the demon not to go away, but to fulfill his promised word to kill him. So, like if you remember, Hiranyaksha was challenging the Lord while the Lord was coming up with the earth on his task, and Lord put earth in the proper place, and then he started speaking to Hiranyaksha. And now he's saying, you are supposed to be the commander and just take your challenge and kill me. Of course, nobody can kill the Lord, but he was trying to instigate. Maitreya Vacha Swadhikshipto Bhagavata Pralabdascha Rusham Bhrisham Ajrahul Banam Krodham Kridya Manu Ahiradiva. Sri Maitreya said, the demon, being thus challenged by the personality of Godhead, became angry and agitated, and he trembled in anger like a challenged cobra. A cobra is very fierce before ordinary persons, but before an enchanter who can play with him, he is a plaything. Similarly, a demon may be powerful in his own domain, but before the Lord, he is insignificant. The demon Ravan was a fierce figure before the demigods, but when he was before Lord Ramchandra, he trembled and prayed to his deity, Lord Shiva, but to no avail. So now Hiranyaksha is getting angry, and see, as we have read earlier, the whole point was the Lord wanted to fight. He had a desire to fight. So he made his two doorkeepers as demons. And now the Lord is instigating him, is challenging him, and Hiranyaksha is trembling in anger like a challenged cobra. And now the real fight will start. When both parties are angry, then the real fight starts. Srijannamarshitah shvasan manyu prachalitendriya asadya tarasadatyo gadyanyahan dharim. Hissing indignantly, all his senses shaken by wrath, the demon quickly sprang upon the Lord and dealt him a blow with his powerful mace. Bhagwanstu gadavegam virisrishtam ripanorasi avanchayata chino yogarud ivantakam. The Lord, however, by moving slightly aside, dodged the violent mace blow aimed at his breast by the enemy, just as an accomplished yogi would elude death. The example is given herein that the perfect yogi can overcome a death blow, although it is offered by the laws of nature. It is useless for a demon to beat the transcendental body of the Lord with a powerful mace, for no one can surpass his prowess. No one can surpass the Lord's prowess. Those who are advanced transcendentalists are freed from the laws of nature, and even a death blow cannot act on them. Superficially, it may be seen that a yogi is attacked by a death blow, but by the grace of the Lord, he can overcome many such attacks for the service of the Lord. As the Lord exists by his own independent prowess, by the grace of the Lord, the devotees also exist for his service. Hmm. So the devotee also, he doesn't just die. Devotee means a perfect, pure devotee. Doesn't die just like ordinary persons like us. He may overcome attack of death blow also because he is in the service of the Lord. For him, whenever the Lord wants, he will leave the body. Like in case of Prabhupada also, Prabhupada mentioned that his life was extended. And even at the time when he left the body in 1977, November, date-wise is November 14th, 1977, when he left the body, he could have extended his life, but he just didn't want to. So he left. Just like Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj also. He said, I just don't want to live anymore. And he left. But even Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj also said, when there is a need, I'll come back. So for them, it's a service for the Lord. Whenever the Lord wants them to come back, they will come back. Punargadam swamadaya भ्राम्यन्तं अभीक्षणशः अभ्यद्धावधरी क्रुद्धः sarambhadasht dhrichatam. The personality of God had now exhibited his anger and rushed to meet the demon, who bit his lip in rage and took up his mace again and began to repeatedly brandish it about. Tadascha gadyaratim dakshinasya bhruvi prabhu ajagre sattu tam samya gadya kovido ahanata. Then with his mace the Lord struck the enemy on right of his brow. But since the demon was expert in fighting, O gentle Vidura, he protected himself by maneuver of his own mace. And look at this whole description that Maitreya Muni is giving, although it happened long time ago. This happened in beginning of Satyuga, and Maitreya Muni is there towards the end of Dwapar Yuga. And many yugas before, because this happened in Swambhuva Muna's Satyuga. And Maitreya Muni is at the Vivasvat Manu's Dwapar Yuga. But he is speaking as if he is seeing it and explaining it to Vidurji. That is self-realization. When the Lord just makes this his own pastimes evident before this devotee, and then the devotee just explains it. This is not just the words that he heard from somewhere. He's practically seeing this fight going on. Of course, the fight happened before, but this fight must be going on in some other universe, which he's watching and then telling it. Or even if it had happened before, he can still see it. This is what happened. Evam gadabhyam gurvibhyam haryaksho harirevacha jigishya susarabdhava anyonyam vijagnatu. In this way, the demon Haryaksha, but it should be Hiranyaksha, or Prabhupada says Haryaksha is another name for Hiranyaksha, the demon. In this way, the demon Haryaksha and the Lord, the personality of God, had struck each other with their huge maces, each enraged and seeking his own victory. Now somebody can ask, and people with their Whatever their intelligence is, whatever their knowledge, they can ask and they do ask. So Hiranyaksha is a man. So for him to hold the mace, the handle of the mace is easy. But the Lord Varahadev, he doesn't have hands. He has hoofs. So how come he's holding the mace? How can he hold a mace with a hoof? But the thing is, Lord can do anything, whatever he wants, with whatever organ he wants. He can do anything. Tayo spridhos tigmagdahatayo क्षत्ता सर्व घ्राण विवृद्ध मन्यवो विचित्र मार्गाश्च चरतोर्जिगीषया विभाति लायामिव श्रुष्मिणोर्मृधा. There was keen rivalry between the two combatants. Both had sustained injuries on their bodies from the blows of each other's pointed maces, and each grew more and more enraged at the smell of blood on his person. In their eagerness to win, they performed maneuvers of various kinds, and the contest looked like an encounter between two forceful bulls for the sake of a cow. Here, the Earth planet is called Ila. This Earth was formerly known as Ilavrata Varsha, and when Maharaj Parikshit ruled the Earth, it was called Bharat Varsha. Actually, Bharat Varsha is the name for the entire planet, but gradually Bharat Varsha has come to mean India. As India has recently been divided into Pakistan and Hindustan, similarly, Earth was formerly called Ilavrata Varsha, but gradually, as time passed, it has divided by national boundaries. So the Earth, both of them were fighting, Hiranyaksha and Lord Varahadev, and it explained like the two bulls, two forceful bulls were fighting for over a cow, the Mother Earth. And a fierce battle going on between the two. Each grew more and more enraged at the smell of battle on his person, the smell of blood on his person. Now, Lord Varahadev, his body is completely transcendental. It's made of Satchitananda. There is no blood and bones and muscles or anything else. But to give this sense of fighting to Hiranyaksha, to give the sense of some kind of victory, and the Kshatriya or the fighter gets his energy when he sees his opponent is bleeding. He gets more vigor, more strength to fight more enthusiastically. So that is why Varahadev showed him blood coming out from his body because of the blows of the mace. Similarly, Krishna in Mahabharata, when the warriors would come and they would shoot arrows at Krishna, although Krishna was chariot driver, he was not fighting. And Bhishmadev also shot arrows at Krishna. And Krishna let the blood come out of his body. And when Bhishmadev or other warriors look at Krishna injured, they will feel, yes, I did something. So Krishna was increasing his mood of fighting, and here Varahadev is increasing Hiranyaksha's mood for fighting. Datyasya yagya vyayvasya maya grihit varaha tanur mahatmanah gauravyam mayam dushitor vimardanam didrikshu raga drashi bhirvritah swarata. O descendant of Kuru, Brahma, the most independent demigod of the universe, accompanied by his followers, came to see the terrible fight for the sake of the world between the demon and the personality of Godhead, who appeared in the form of a boar. The fight between the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the demon is compared to a fight between bulls for the sake of a cow. The Earth planet is also called Go or cow, As bulls fight between themselves to ascertain who will have union with the cow, there is always a constant fight between the demons and the Supreme Lord, or his representative for supremacy over the earth. Here the Lord is significantly described as Yagyavayava. One should not consider the Lord to have the body of an ordinary boar. He can assume any form, and he possesses all such forms eternally. It is from him that all other forms have emanated. The boar form is not to be considered the form of an ordinary hog. His body is actually full of yagya, or worshipful offerings. Yagya sacrifices are offered to Vishnu. Yagya means the body of Vishnu. His body is not material, therefore he should not be taken to be an ordinary boar. So that is one thing we should not consider. He is an ordinary boar, ordinary hog. He is transcendental. No matter what form he takes, he is always transcendental. Brahma is described in this verse as Swarat. Actually, full independence is exclusive to the Lord himself, but as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Every living entity has a minute quantity of independence. Each and every one of the living entities within this universe has this minute independence. But Brahma, being the chief of all living entities, has a greater potential of independence than any other. He is a representative of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and has been assigned to preside over universal affairs. All other demigods work for him, therefore he is described here as Swarat. He is always accompanied by great sages and transcendentalists, all of whom came to see the bull fight between the demon and the Lord. So the demon, Hiranyaksha, and the Lord are compared to two bulls, fearful bulls fighting over earth. So they want to establish their supremacy over earth. And here, of course, Prabhupada explains about Brahmaji. Brahmaji is called as Swarat, but he is not fully Swarat. Fully Swarat is only Supreme Lord. But since Brahmaji is representative of the Lord, or in the engaged in the service of the Lord, so he could be called Swarat. But just imagine the fight going on, and now Brahmaji is up in the sky with all the demigods watching the fight, and now they had to intervene. Asanna shondir mapeta sadvasam krit pratikar mahare vikramam vilaksha datyam bhagwan sahasranir jagad narayanam adi sukaram. After arriving at the place of combat, Brahma, the leader of thousands of sages and transcendentalists, saw the demon who had attained such unprecedented power that no one could fight with him. Brahma then addressed Narayan, who was assuming the form of a boar for the first time. Text 22-23. Brahma vacha eshite deva devanam angri mulam upeyusham vipranam saurabhiyanam bhutanam apyanagasam agaskrid yakrid dushkrid asmadradha dhavasro asuraha anveshanna pratiratho lokanatti kantakaha. Lord Brahma said, "My dear Lord, this demon has proved to be a constant pinprick to the demigods, the Brahmins, the cows, and innocent persons who are spotless and always dependent upon your worshipping your lotus feet. He has become a source of fear by unnecessarily harassing them. Since he has attained a boon from me, he has become a demon, always searching for a proper combatant, wandering all over the universe for this infamous purpose." There are two classes of living entities. One is called Sura, or the demigods, and the other called Asura, or the demons. Demons are generally fond of worshipping the demigods, and there are evidences that by such worship, They get extensive power for their sense gratification. This later proves to be a cause of trouble to the Brahmins, demigods, and other innocent living entities. Demons habitually find fault with the demigods, Brahmins, and innocent, to whom they are a constant source of fear. The way of the demons is to take power from the demigods and then tease the demigods themselves. There is an instance of a great devotee of Lord Shiva who obtained a boon from Lord Shiva that the head of whomever he touched with his hand would come off his trunk. As soon as the boon was offered to him, the demon wanted to touch the very head of Lord Shiva. That is their way. The devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not, however, ask any favor for sense gratification. Even if they are offered liberation, they refuse it. They are happy simply engaging in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So Brahmaji is saying, this demon, he got the boons from me. And because of those boons, he has become practically unbeatable. So, and he's so powerful, and he has harassed demigods and Brahmins. So he's praying to Lord Varahadeva. Brahmaji is praying, and basically he'll come down to that. Please just kill him right away. He doesn't need to live for too long. Manamaya vidam driptam nirankarshuram sattamam akrid balvadadeva yathashi vishamuktitam. Lord Brahma said, my dear Lord, there is no need to play with this serpentine demon who is always very skilled in conjuring tricks and is arrogant, self-sufficient, and most wicked. No one is unhappy when a serpent is killed. It's a practice among village boys to catch a serpent by the tail and play with it for some time and then kill it. Similarly, the Lord could have killed the demon at once, but he played with him in the same way as a child plays with the snake before killing it. Brahma requested, however, that since the demon was more wicked and undesirable than a serpent, there was no need to play with him. It was his wish that he be killed at once without delay. So no one is unhappy when a serpent is killed. So this is actually an injunction. Serpent and cobra, they're like full of poison, and they're very envious in nature. And even if they don't attack, one can kill them. There is no karma involved in that. Na yavadesha vardheta swam velam prapya daruna swam deva mayam asthaya tavad jayam achyuta. Brahma continued, my dear Lord, you are infallible. Please kill this sinful demon before the demoniac hour arrives and he presents another formidable approach favorable to him. You can kill him by your internal potency without a doubt. Esha ghortama sandhya lokachamba chakari prabhu upsarpati sarvatman suranam jayamavaha. My Lord, the darkest evening which covers the world is fast approaching. Since you are the soul of all souls, kindly kill him and win victory for the demigods. Adhunesho abhijinnam yogo muhurtiko hyagad shivai nastam suridam ashu nistar dustaram. The auspicious period known as Abhijit, which is most opportune for victory, commenced at midday and has all but passed. Therefore, in the interest of your friends, please dispose of this formidable foe quickly. Dishtya tvam vihitam mrityum ayam mrityum yamasidita swayam vikramyanam hridehatva lokanadhe sharmani. This demon, luckily for us, has come of his own accord to you, his death ordained by you. Therefore, exhibiting your ways, kill him in the duel and establish the worlds in peace. So we'll stop here, and we also completed the chapter number 18. Tomorrow we'll start the chapter 19. Any questions or comments? I guess we can stop here. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada.